What makes it hard for self-driving cars to be able to operate in Nigeria? Hi, my name is JT, and I will be walking you through how different software systems actually work. So in Western countries like the US, you often have car models like Teslas and Waymos that almost require little to no human supervision to drive long distances. They have what we call full self-driving capabilities. And the question really is, why can those same car models not exactly do the same thing on Nigerian roads or in the Nigerian context? So there are two reasons for this. The first is non-technical, because the laws and regulations we have in Nigeria require a human being physically at the wheel and being physically operating the wheel in order for it to count as driving. And insurance also requires that liability has to fall on a human. So because of cases like that, the laws and regulations we have in Nigeria are not generalizable towards autonomous vehicles. The second is actually quite technical. So you see, most of these vehicles have computers in them that were trained using machine learning. And the way machine learning works is a computer is made to see different kinds of data. In this instance, it will be videos of how people drive or different constraints they face while driving. And when it sees all those data, it could learn from them and see different patterns as to how to do things. In full self-driving cars, they actually use something known as reinforcement learning. And reinforcement learning is simply trial and error, which is there are different videos or cameras or footages of how cars should rightly behave, but how cars should not behave, and the computer learns to optimize towards good behavior generally. But then the problem is all this data that they've been trained with is really from footages from the American context or from the Western context generally, and how they drive and their roads and how things like that work. But when you bring that to the Nigerian context, it becomes an issue because our laws, number one, are quite different, but also we have issues with infrastructure. For example, a question would be, how does it handle potholes? Or how does it handle cases where the traffic lights do not work as they should? Or how does it handle a case where a bike man is literally beside you and trying to close in on you? And so all those little edge cases might not be accounted for because it just is not in the data used in training these computers that drive the self-driving cars. And so maybe a good startup idea to start from was actually building that data set in Nigeria and mounting cameras on different vehicles and having them collate how Nigerian drivers actually drive. And maybe that would be a good start to solving the problem. But let me know what you think. Bye.